r/askreddit, what's one item everyone should have in their car? Flashlight. They are cheap, can be stored for years and take up little space. It's better to have one and not need it than need one and not have it. Keep batteries separate though, because they will leak if just stored in the flashlight. A blanket. Shock from a traumatic injury can cause a sharp drop in body temperature. After my bad wreck a few years back, I was in shock and I remember I felt so cold. I had no blanket in my car, nor did anyone else. It was middle of summer in the southern US. I felt like it was winter. A licensed competent driver. And a can of pepper spray to take care of annoying backseat drivers. Nah, you're gonna have to stay in the garage tonight, honey. I slept in the car last night. Backseat drivers, that's why I exist. A portable tire inflator. Use it to check/top up my tires before every road trip just in case. You can do it at one of those gas station ones, but for $30 it's great peace of mind. I will take your $30 recommendation, please. I need to get one of those big all-in-ones, but $110 to $130 to spend on my car is too hard sometimes. I cleaned out my glove box first, 7 years after purchasing her, and found a cable that was already useless to me when I bought my car. Some kind of disposable paper like a napkin, Kleenex, baby wipes, even an old shop towel. Nothing worse than needing to blow your nose in your car and you have nothing at all to use. Pack of water and a blanket. Water is such an important one. It's really crazy to think how fast everything can go sideways when you don't have any water and you're in a survival situation. Definitely a good idea to keep a liter or two in the back of the car at the very least. Emergency cash, I keep like $40 USD. If you're going on a road trip, stash enough cash to pay for gas to get back. If you lose your wallet, you can still get home. Seatbelt cutter with a window smasher on the end in case of accidents. I have a duffel bag of survival gear my mom got me when I first started driving that I've held onto because you never know. And GT, window smasher. My dad got me one when I first started driving. Never had to use it for an emergency, but it's great for robbing other cars. An umbrella. Fire extinguisher. I have always had one in my car and actually pulled off the freeway and put some guy's truck out once. I felt so vindicated after having so many people ask why I had that thing in the trunk. Not sure what size it is, but it's the smaller one you always see hanging on walls in buildings. I got it refilled and it's back in the trunk. I have one in my driver door cup holder. It gets interesting comments occasionally. A stack of Chipotle napkins. Credence tapes. Maybe a briefcase. Jumper cables. Multi-phone charger. On top of that, I'd say to get the spare battery ones. Unless that's what you mean already, of course. Those things are so useful. Basically just an extra battery for your phone that you plug right in. Definitely worth having. Tire pump that runs off the 12V. Definitely a steering wheel. A good steering wheel that doesn't fly off while you're driving. Ice scraper, or that one spray that de-ices glass on contact. Me, a Louisianan, the fuck I'm supposed to do with this? First aid kit. Hand sanitizer in a pump bottle. Cause it's a dangerous world out there. Waterproof rain poncho in case you break down in the rain. And make sure it's obnoxiously bright yellow or safety neon green. Dark gray, black or olive drab are not the colors you want to be wearing when stuck on the side of the road. Explosives? You're stuck in a flipped car? Explosives? You air too cold? Explosives? You're stuck in front of that one guy who is chasing you because you allegedly broke into his house and raided his bedroom for a magenta Hot Wheel? Explosives? And GT, any problem on Earth can be solved with the careful application of high explosives. Some clammers, flares and an M60 to set up a perimeter in case your car becomes disabled can be a lifesaver. I am here to ask one question and one question only. Explosions. Flashlight. I keep a Nightcore tube flashlight on my keychain. Every light I left in the car ends up dying from cooking in the heat. The Nightcore is small and light, so it's not annoying, plus I can recharge it from a phone charger when I think of it. If you have a built or project car, it's always good to have a fire extinguisher somewhere. I've seen too many videos of people's dream cars on fire and they can't do anything. And a small fire extinguisher, and one of those things for breaking windows in case of an accident and the doors don't open. Fire extinguisher. If you live in a place that gets snow and ice, a bag of kitty litter can be helpful in getting your car unstuck if you pour it underneath the tires. Nothing. I live near SF. Yeah, sad face. I'd love to keep my first aid kit in my car, but it is a bag, and I have a hatchback, so the trunk is visible and can't be locked. A good, heavyweight, metal flashlight Malite style. Doesn't have to be one of the super long ones, but it can function both if you need to make a repair inside or under your car, and it's strong enough to break a window if you need it to. A window breaker / seat belt cutter, link. I remember as a kid, I had to practice stop, drop, and roll in case I was on fire. I was also highly concerned about quicksand. Like being on fire or accidentally stepping into quicksand, I have submerged my car in water or been unable to unbuckle my seat belt exactly 0 times. A towel. Douglas Adams joke aside. Great for emergencies, great for covering your lap when you eat in the car. Always useful. Hands-free vent clip for their phone. I see way too many people staring down at their hand / crotch / cup holder while driving. They are cheap and I feel like it makes my driving safer. It's, essentially, illegal to use your phone at all in many jurisdictions, even tapping the screen for GPS, to switch music, or answer a call. Seriously, a dash cam. You feel that way but it probably doesn't. Distracted driving is bad no matter where you are looking. Sober drivers. A phone charger that is designated to stay in said car. I was once told the most dangerous thing in a car was the nut behind the steering wheel, so I duly removed it. Imagine my horror when my steering came off whilst driving 110 km/h on the motorway. I was lucky I didn't die. To answer your question, you should never remove the nut behind the steering wheel and should always have one in your car. Not to out myself as Canadian, boot combo snow brush / window scraper long enough to reach the hole of the roof of your vehicle. Clear that shit off before you start driving. I haven't seen anybody mention this, but sunglasses. You really don't want to be caught with the full blast of the sun in your eyes while you're driving. It can seriously blind you for long enough for an accident to happen. Makita high impact ratchet wrench and all size sockets. Let's face it, I'm too old to be manually cranking the nuts off the wheel when I get a flat at this point in life. True. Half of having insurance is proof. Jumper cables. Better yet, a portable jump starter battery, like the Noco Boost. Those things are amazing. They hold a charge for months in blazing hot or freezing cold temps. They are the size of a brick. And best of all, since they attach to the dead battery directly, you don't have to hope your jumper cables are long enough. They also have USB plugs to charge a phone or tablet.